Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at Hoopa because Hoopa just arrived in Pokemon Go for me. The quest that you have to do is like super simple. It's just I think 5 curveball throws, 10 different species, and getting 5k starters in general. And yeah, I did that immediately, tried it out in Great League Remix to be exact here. And we're gonna take a look at this thing. The problem with this all is I had, of course, my Go Plus on in the background because we have the Instance Day right now, and I kind of wanted to play at least at Psychic Hour because Psychic Hour looks better than the Dark type Hour. And yeah, it just starts lagging like crazy if you play it like this. And the PvP, like you always have some lag there. Here, like I lagged back at the beginning. I got like 3 turns or something where I just couldn't move at all, where my opponent just threw his Dragon Tail and nothing really happened. It was really hard to play right now. I lost a lot of games to that. It was really annoying to play. I'm not going to play my other 2 sets before the Instance Day ends because it just does not really make sense. It's going to be the same next C-Day again when I'm going to showcase my Pokemon. I always say that, like, always if you have like Instance on and catch something in the background with Go Plus or whatever you use, it always lets your game lag like crazy. Here, Hoopa, you see like how much damage the thing does against Dragalge. What Hoopa basically is super glassy Pokemon that hits hard but like cannot take anything. It's just like so frail. It's frailer than like a Mew or anything like this because it has like some more attack weighted stats, I think. And yeah, we have at least a moveset where the confusion does actually something, so like this is fine then. Here you actually see, also you see here me using Hyper Beam on the Digger speed, and the reason for that is I kind of realized when I was looking through the meta that there is no reason at all to use Earthquake right now on Digger speed in this Remix Cup meta. You have Registeel, okay, there's like a reason, but you rarely see that, and you still have Fire Punch with it, and we're gonna get 2 shields here. But other than that, like you rather want to have Hyper Beam for stuff like Mandibuzz, Golbat, anything that flies, anything that's like doesn't really that is like good against like ground type moves. You actually get excelled by this thing. Look how much damage we do against him as well. You can shield him on this. So I think Hyper Beam right now is a better move, and like Earthquake is not really necessary anyway. Hyper Beam is basically a bit better than Earthquake right now, in my opinion. Earthquake is not wrong, but look at the Shadow Ball damage here against this Registeel. Wing, like more than half health. And my opponent just surrenders here. Like, if you can get a free hit from this Hoopa against something else, it's just gonna die. It's so strong. Against Frosters, we always have kind of some problems there because, yeah, we don't really have the hardest Frosters counter. Machamp always wants to go straight cross chop in the 2 shields though, so it's not the worst matchup for us either. Can't even speak English. But yeah, in general, of course, a Pokemon more on the squishy side here, but it looks cool. It's a new mythical Pokemon. I always like if they put in some storylines. I expect them to give us the other form at the end of the quest, like at the end of the like season in general, because it doesn't really make sense that they have like still like 8 quests or something to do and just don't give us the other form then. Like, why would they give us this form already in the second research for this and like don't give us anything else later on? I don't think that does really make sense. So maybe we can even get some more cool encounters doing that thing. I'm kind of excited for that. Maybe even some shadow Pokemon because Giovanni is now gone. I don't know. I think there's something that Giovanni is gone is definitely something to do with the future events or something. Here we can go for a Hyper Beam against this Hypno, gonna do a lot of damage. And here I was kind of expecting him to have Shadow Ball, so I go for 1 Confusion and then swap out and try to catch, which didn't work out, but we can farm him down. What happens if you go for like 1 Confusion? Like usually people don't throw immediately. If they throw immediately and already know that I have Machamp, they don't throw a Shadow Ball immediately. So if I go for 1 Confusion while he goes for 1 Confusion, I can swap out on the next turn to catch his move. Here we have a very interesting Fortress lead against us. I can just stay in and go for cross chops and KO this thing. Like, he goes for a Sand Tomb, which is not even the moves that you kind of want. You kind of want Mirror Shot. And my opponent goes into Hypno and then into Nidoqueen. What I want to do here is I just want to get his last shield and just show how cool my Hoopa is. And we're gonna see also like some more games, I think, where like lag was so crazy, where I just stood still, my opponent like farmed a lot against me. I think I still won some games like this. But here we can yeah, we're not gonna tank this Earth Power, but we can farm this thing all the way down. We can shield here. We don't even have to shield, but I kind of want to shield. Here's a Poison Fang. We need 2 more Confusions for a Shadow Ball, and goodbye Hypno. This thing gonna like completely annihilate this shit. And we can farm this thing down and get game there. But yeah, in general, I really enjoyed using this team. But yeah, the lag was crazy sometimes. Here, also against Golbat, DKSP is a really good save swap now. It wasn't really before, but yeah. Here, also I had some lag against this matchup, I know. Because I think that was on the second Hyper Beam, was it? I think we CMP time where that was not possible to CMP time. Let me see. We have Body Slam here. Yeah, this was not possible to CMP tie. You need 9 turns and I need 8 turns. I don't actually know why I shielded there. It was stupid on my part. Like, I don't know why I did that. I thought, like, Body Slam did more than it did in the end. So that was completely dumb from me. Yeah, that didn't make sense because I even survived this Body Slam. Yeah. This shield was definitely a wrong play on my part. But happens. Try to farm down. I go into my mid-champ and have to tank the move now. That was definitely a misplay on my part, but the Hyper Beam in the first place had to hit before him. So here we have a Wishcast against us. And this doesn't even look that bad. I know that I'm going to survive 1 move yet. I know that I get to use Shadow Ball in time. And this would KO him, and he has to shield this. So if I can get enough farm on my mid-champ now after this to KO the Golbat in time, that would win me the game here. I don't think Golbat is a move at this point already, and I can farm him all the way down. I have still my shield. I get 2 more counters in at this point, and I'm only 1 turn short, and my opponent actually has a move already. I didn't know that he farmed up so much, and this is gonna KO us sadly, but that was a close game. I think we would have won this without the DKSP struggle there. But hey, that's the game against Drapion. Here I'm gonna swap out into it. Oh, I think this is also the game where I had the craziest lag. I just go for my mud shots, everything is fine, everything is okay here. I think I'm gonna stand still soon. Yeah, here, look at this. I click on my move, I just didn't do anything. He got like 2 extra quick moves in there. That is so annoying. And he even got, I think, even extra move in again. Yeah, I lost like so many turns in this matchup, but my opponent of course realized that I lagged like crazy there and wants to take advantage of that. Which is definitely the right play on my opponent's part. I know that he gonna have a Nidoqueen in the back with this team comp. And he goes into Obstacle, which was his mistake. I clicked on my charge move and nothing happened. Oh, man. It wasn't even that he farmed us down, he got like 1 extra counter in while I was like trying to swap in. And yep, here you see more lag, but my opponent just run this because his game was over then. God. Yeah, this was really good from my opponent play here, this match, I remember that. I think I also had some lag though, but we have to see. And I remember that this was really well played. I actually make a stupid mistake, I think, soon. And go into my Hoopa, which is fine, because, yeah, you know. And I shield this, and I know it's actually a Psychic and it would be resisted, so I'm an idiot for that. Could have saved 1 shield there. I can farm down though. I guess, oh no, never mind. It was fine, because otherwise I had to throw my move against him. No, that was fine. He goes into SCAF, I can go for a Shadow Ball, everything is okay here. And goes for another Shadow Ball. And we can get another shield from him. And now I go into the DKSP because I have Fire Punch, everything okay. And my opponent gonna catch the move here, I think. Which was a really good play on his part. It lagged for me there a bit. You saw me like standing still or some getting energy and then throw the charge move. So I didn't even really see that I swapped out. Also don't have the gameplay as high sped up because of that. It's easier to showcase lag then, because most of the time lag doesn't look as bad in the recording as it is in real life. So yeah, I have to shield here. Now I have to overfarm a lot and hope that 1 cross chop KOs him. And I'm gonna be able to get to this cross chop. This cross chop will actually KO that. I didn't expect that. I thought he would easily lift that. And I get to another cross chop. Is this enough? It is not, and I don't even know. Did I? I think there's something cut off. But yeah, I lost this battle because he got to a charge move there. I don't think I stopped recording there. I think there was something messed up on another part. But it's fine. Like, I definitely lost there because my opponent got to another charge move. Good game there to my opponent. Next up we have Hoopa against Nidoqueen. Most likely it like overlap with another thing in editing, but I'm not gonna re-edit that because it was just like only a few seconds missing when my opponent threw a charge move, and I don't think that is that necessary. I can farm down this Nidoqueen now. I didn't really want to shield there anyway, and I can go for this Hyper Beam against this Mandibuzz. He doesn't really gonna expect that, and I can let this go and go into my champ to force a shield against him. I'm gonna bait here. This would not KO him, but I just want to get a shield from him. He's gonna swap out into the Jirachi. Thought I'm gonna survive this move, to be honest now. This confusion didn't really seem to KO me, but I think it just KO'd me on the dot, like basically on the perfect CP there. And now we're gonna have a close battle at the end there. We can KO this Jirachi, but I make a mistake here. I should have went up to the Hyper Beam at least and baited, because he can actually survive one easily here, and we didn't have to hit a 3 now. If I at least went for the Hyper Beam and maybe baited it, the shield, I could have went for the Hyper Beam on the second time, and that would save me some time, I guess. Actually, that would it? No, it wouldn't. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Because it's 40 energy for Fire Punch and 80 for Hyper Beam, so there is literally no other thing, and he just gonna live there with 1 HP basically, because I couldn't hit to my charge move by 1 HP that I needed more. Okay, this is bad. Pidgeot in general for this team is a bit of a problem. Like, if you want to play a team similar to this, maybe put like something good against Pidgeot in the back, maybe a Hypno instead of the Hoopa, and you're fine. But yeah, I've gone to my Hoopa, and guess what? Lag. As always, but we can farm him down at the same time as he does, and I'm just going to expect him to go into his other Pokemon which he has in the back and not into the Zangoose, so I'm just going to go into my Diggersby here. Against Cresselia we have a bad matchup, but my opponent doesn't play that really well, to be honest. So what we can just do here is go for the charge moves and KO him, I think, even next. He also the Moonblast, which didn't make any sense at all. I guess he wanted to have farm or something. I don't really know. But he even let this one go, which was like, why? And I can farm down now, because my counter does like so much against the Zangoose. Zangoose is such a squishy Pokemon, such a bad Pokemon in Great League. Yeah. Don't really use that. Next opponent is Drapion and the Obstagoon again. We go for a one cross chop, put him low, swap into Diggersby, catch the move, everything fine. And I don't know if I can farm it down. I think because of the defense drop, I'm gonna be a bit too scared for that. I'm gonna throw a charge move. I think if I didn't get the defense drop there, I definitely would have farmed him down here. But yeah, we got the defense drop, so we're gonna go for a Fire Punch. And he goes back into Obstagoon. I think I tried to get to the move, but I even clicked on it, but it didn't really went through there. Or rather, I went for another quick move, but I think that was more on my fault. And we have a Nidoqueen against the back, and my opponent has nothing to do anymore, because we can no-shield this, and we still can farm down the Obstagoon before, and my opponent is going to surrender here. A lot of Zionic teams, which are really good for our team, so hey. I mean, Dark Double Poison, I guess. Well, most of the time, if I run that, I rather run Poison Double Dark. I think that's a bit better than Dark Double Poison, but both are fine. Actually, like, the Zionic team is a really good team. Can't say anything against that. Here I'm just gonna take the decision that I know, okay, I can survive this Night Slash easily on my Diggersby, so I'm just gonna think, yeah, I can just farm this thing down, maybe go for a nice, beautiful Hyper Beam, but my opponent, yeah, well, it's just hard counter, like, what can I do here? Very interesting team, though. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't really do that. Nah, not really, to be honest. Like, against... It's just neutral, like there's not a lot of synergy between the Pokemon. You have like a bit of Fairy type coverage with a Alolan Mug from my opponent. You don't really have anything for fighters though, other than of course like a neutral matchup in the lead. Don't know. Interesting team. Still gonna help him a lot because we're not gonna be able to KO this thing anymore. I was hoping that I could have farmed him down with the confusion. Maybe if I went for Shell Ball instead of Psychic. I was initially hoping for a defense drop and thought that would help me a bit more. I don't know. Shadow Ball definitely does a bit more damage per energy than Psychic, but I think they're pretty similar in terms of damage. Maybe I misplayed that too much. Who knows? I tried to swap out earlier there, but the game just didn't want me to. And I go into my Diggersby now at least, and I can go for some Fire Punches. As I said, you don't really need Earthquake in this thing anyway. I think I'm gonna go for the next Fire Punch immediately anyway, because I can... It's just like a loss of bit of energy. No, not a lot. And yeah. We can only go for Fire Punch here, but already put him low, which is good. And he shields there, which is cool as well. I can go into my Hoopa there, can farm him down. Get for some super effective hits on him. He gets to 2 moves, sadly we have to shield. Dark type is double super effective. Now it depends what he has in the back. It's a Mandibuzz and we're basically dead here. Because our Machamp has already too much damage. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like. It always helps with the YouTube algorithm. Other than that, Hoopa is really squishy but fun to use, and I hope I see you in the next video.